Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today is going to be a week of daily plans, and it is Monday, St. Patrick's Day. I was up at 4:15. Why was I up this early? Because it is pouring rain here, and if you've seen any of my videos lately, you will know that our basement flooded. And so I woke up with the driving rain against the window and immediately panicked and went down to the basement. It is dry for the moment. I'm crossing my fingers, knocking on wood, all of the things. Anyways, it is 8:15 right now, and I have been up for quite a while, and we've already had our Monday meeting. I have checked in with Patreon. I've checked in with Maine Homeschool Network. I have started my dailies. It is a Monday reset for me, and our house is still not really neat and tidy because of all of the stuff we've moved up from the basement. Also, I've been spending a lot of time in the basement trying to manage and clean stuff up downstairs, so I have not had as much time to tidy up around here. And then, of course, this morning I woke up and it's St. Patrick's Day and the leprechauns bullet papered are downstairs. So when I woke up, I was not even really ready for the day. Anyways, I have my gold right here that was delivered that is sitting on my desk ready to enjoy at some point later. Okay, so we had our Monday meeting already. Some of this is going to be repeat stuff. I was able to work on my first section of the 13th week, which is a workshop I'm doing over in my membership community, all about resetting for the quarter and refreshing and renewing. And I am using the 13th week from the 12-week year, as well as some of the seasonal refresh stuff from Power Sheets for goal setting, as well as trying to implement some of the thinking tasks that Essentialism touches on, the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown. So a lot of different things that I'm putting into this week. It is not a vacation week for me. It is not a week off from homeschool. This is stuff that I'm going to be dedicating time to during that week, but it is not necessarily going to be real official vacation, which sometimes I think would be a good thing to have during this reset time, but it is kind of a working vacation for me. I am planning, I think at this point, to take off the week from social media and just do a hard tech detox reset. That is also part of what I want this 13th week to be. We will see. We'll see how it goes. If you hear my kids, they are screaming in the other room. Okay, so I think that the kids are going to quiet down now. Okay, so I am supposed to dust today. I have laundry to do, and I just threw in a bunch of rags to rinse, which I did. I put the soap in, and now I cannot get the digital display to turn on. I have a little button that I can push and the water comes on, but that is not electrical. And I have no idea why it went through the rinse cycle and now it's not working. That's lovely. So I don't know what's going on with the laundry. I have a grocery delivery at 9 o'clock. I'm really glad that I did delivery, but it is pouring and I wasn't thinking about that. And so I have to watch for them. They should be here between 9 and 10. I am supposed to get a text, but sometimes I don't get the text. I don't know. So I just need to pay attention so that they do not put the groceries on a sopping wet deck. I am starting homeschool with Lucy at 8:30. It's like, what time is it? It's 8:26 right now. And then homeschool with Jack and Emma. Monday meeting, work tasks. Do I need to fill in all of these blocks? Not really, no, I don't. I'm going to do home management here, and then lunch, and then let's see. Oh, shoot, I was supposed to take out chicken, but I did take out sausage, so I'm going to make soup for dinner. I need to check in with budget and bills because I have a couple of checks to mail. I need to think about maybe doing the kids' clothes today. Maybe. I actually don't know if that's going to happen. I want to do my walk. I want to read, and then I want to do goal stuff. I'm not sure what it's going to be until 4:30, and then make dinner. If I make soup and I have to cut up vegetables, it'll probably take me 45 minutes. So we'll probably eat closer to 5:30, I guess. Okay. Oh my goodness. Guys, you know, this morning, actually, even though I was up super early, that wasn't like that big of a deal. I don't mind getting up super early. I actually quite enjoy being awake early, but the other stuff I just wasn't really expecting today, like the washing machine not working. What is that about? That's not ideal. And then that really puts a damper on things. So I would like to spend a little bit of time doing more of my 13th week work, but I don't know that I actually will. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but I always have to remember that Monday is really specifically for a lot of homeschool, and we are right at the end of the homeschool year, and so I just need to focus on that and not be bothered when that's all we're doing. And that is a lot of what I am doing during the day. Now, I do have this focused area of goal stuff with my walk and reading, and then other goal related things that I will just look at my power sheets and kind of see. March is totally different than how I expected it, because I started my March goals on the 3rd and our basement flooded on the 6th. So that really changed everything that I was planning to do. So we're just trying to get as much of what I had planned done while also fitting in all of this extra stuff with basement clean out. So one of my things was to declutter the basement, and that has essentially been happening, but in a much different way than I expected. And that's a bummer, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. I do have a lot of office cleanup. Actually, that was the other thing. I have like a bunch of notebooks and books and things on my desk, and just some random stuff in my office that was left over from when I was packing up all the books last week. So I need to kind of finish that, which I hope to do in this period. We'll see. But this is my plan for Monday. I will check in a couple of seconds and let you know. And I probably will try to plan tomorrow, this afternoon. I feel like that would be much better, because it kind of feels like chaos right now, and it's only 8:30. Okay guys, it's Monday afternoon, and oh my goodness, what a crazy day today was. I did vlog today, so if you are interested in seeing that craziness, I will leave it linked in the description box for you. So my day started out really good. I got a lot of stuff done this morning, partly because I was up super duper early. I did a lot of creative work for my business, so I was feeling good. I got ready for the day. I planned out my day. Then I went to do laundry, and my washing machine wouldn't turn on. We have like a digital display. I wish that you could just get like one of those old school washing machines. My dog is snoring, FYI, per usual. So if you hear that, that's what it is. So I could not get the washing machine to start. Now, we lost power on the day that we had the flood, like a week ago last Thursday. So it's possible that the electrical panel got scrambled a bit. Eventually, after many times of unplugging it, letting it sit for 10 minutes, and then plugging it back in, I finally got the washing machine to turn on. And so I got the load of laundry that I had already put in there done. I've not done any other laundry. It kind of set me back with homeschool this morning. I did do all of the school stuff that I needed to do with the kids. I was hoping to work a little bit more with Jack on his boomerang for Fahrenheit 451, but I will do that tomorrow instead. I did get my budget bill stuff done. I did not have time to go through the kids' clothes, because by the time I got the laundry done, it was lunchtime. I also had my grocery delivery, but there was a package of oatmeal that I had purchased that it's a plastic package and it was all open. So I had to call the grocery store and get that figured out. And eventually, yeah, now it's almost 3 o'clock. I have not read. I did go for my walk. The house is relatively clean, but I'm exhausted. And I got these Mom Agenda planners in the mail that they sent me. and I really want to go through these and film my review and walkthrough. This video, my review and walkthrough, will already be up when this week of daily plans goes live. And actually, I believe that today these planners go on sale. So if you're interested, I will leave a link for both my walkthrough and review, as well as a link to the planners. And I'm super excited about going through those. I've never seen them before, but the company has been around for quite a while, so I'm excited to go through them. That's what I'm going to do this afternoon. So it's technically not read or goal stuff or even making dinner, but I need something a little bit more exciting than more chores and laundry at this point in the day. So that's Monday. Wow, what a day it was. Now this morning when I came in, I was kind of regretting not planning out today yesterday. And part of that is because my morning got thrown off because of it being St. Patrick's Day. And so it would have been so much better if I had planned yesterday. It wouldn't have mattered all that much because I got up super early and then I had all kinds of issues with the washing machine and stuff. But just to get my list of to-dos down, it is just a little bit easier when I do it the night before. If I'm not filming myself doing the daily planning, it's not as big of a deal. However, last week I also did planning the afternoon before instead of the morning of, and my mornings flowed a little bit better, and I seem to have more time for some creative work projects that I'm doing. And so I don't know if it's just a little bit easier for me to plan the afternoon or evening before. So we'll see. So I have my dailies. I will have to do laundry tomorrow. I have some books to pick up at the library, or just one book. And I joked with the librarian when I went on Saturday that every time I go to the library to pick up books, that afternoon I get a new email saying that I have new books that have come in and I have to go back. So Patreon, main homeschool network. Tomorrow, my first post of the 13th week goes live in my membership community, and I want to work on the second post as well, which will go up later this week, the week of the 17th. So these posts will already be up. I know that we are into April at this point when this video goes live, but if you are interested in learning more about a seasonal refresh, seasonal reset, kind of the things that I am doing with regards to this 13th week, I will leave that workshop linked in the description box. It's not just about goals for me. It's kind of reflecting, refreshing my goals, renewing my spirit, and resting, and just taking a little bit more time to slow down. Again, slow is not my word of the year, create is, but I almost feel like those two words are really important. Both of them are really important to me. Tomorrow I have to film some videos, so we'll see how that goes, because Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday are heavier homeschool days, and I tend to film on Tuesday because I have to get my Wednesday video filmed and edited before Wednesday. Some weeks I have it done, but a lot of weeks I do not. So, okay, homeschool. I need to move the homeschool bins, which is what is on my list for my weekly plan, not pins. I don't know if I will actually get to that or not because I wasn't planning on doing laundry tomorrow, but now I will be doing laundry. I do want to put walk and read down. I know that I didn't put it on my to-dos yesterday or today, but I do want to have them here. And I also want to have them here. I also need to film my co-working session for Thursday. Usually we have a live on Thursdays, but this week we have an appointment in the afternoon, so I have to pre-record that. So I will do that as well. I think that is everything. AM routine, work tasks. So my AM routine typically will only be about 30 minutes, and then I will move into work tasks. So even though this would be like a 6:30 line, it's actually like 6, and then I'll work until 7:30, do breakfast with the kids and clean up, and then get ready, and then hopefully film. I have 4 things that I have to film. Okay, maybe I will do this in the afternoon and just film my other stuff. Homeschool Jack and Emma here. I will set up Lucy's homeschool here. I don't think that she's going to need my help. That's why I'm going to be filming. Typically, when I have homeschool blocks, I don't like to be doing other things because I want to be available for my kids. But I think that what I have planned for Lucy tomorrow, she will be able to focus on while I'm filming, and then anything else that we don't do, I will do after I'm done filming. I will put lunch here, and then I will put walk, can't spell guys, read, goals, and then leftovers for dinner because I'm making soup tonight. Okay. And if there is still school stuff that I need to get done, it will most likely be done in here with Lucy. She won't have a ton. It's mainly only her math that I need to focus on. So here's my plan. Where am I going to go to the library? I don't know. Could be anywhere in here. Grab my books. It only takes, 20 minutes, so it doesn't take too much time. But guys, I struggle with the spelling today. Okay. So let's do my highlighters, and I think I mentioned this in my last daily plan with me. I did switch over to these highlighters, which I like these colors. I don't know, I might want something a little bit brighter once I get my new daily planner, which I don't know when that's going to be. I don't have any idea when the Erin Condren planners are going to release. Now, last year, I feel like last year they came out right at the beginning of April, but maybe I am misremembering. I'm not sure. I am just going to kind of have these Tetris pieces here for my time blocks. We'll just go with it, right? But I do really like these kind of more muted colors, but I'm not sure that I like the pink and like this yellowy color, which is home management. I will put home management here. I mean, it's okay, but okay, guys. Here's my plan for Tuesday. I'll check in a few seconds and let you know how everything went. Okay, guys. Happy Tuesday. It has been a good day. I was up at 5:30. Things kind of worked okay. Lucy actually ended up sleeping almost until 10 o'clock. So that was good. She needed the sleep, and I'm glad that she was able to catch up on the sleep. I did do my walk. I did read. I had my call. Did Patreon, main homeschool network. I did film all of my stuff. So I'm actually feeling really good about things. I did not have time to move the homeschool bins. Could I do it now? Yes, because it's like 4:30 right now, but I'm actually going to just get the soup back on the stove to heat up for dinner. And I didn't go to the library today. I kind of knew that I wouldn't be able to get out because of the laundry, and I had the phone call and stuff. So anyways, that's okay. It's been a really good day and I feel good about everything. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and I'm going to continue planning the evening before because I am noticing that my mornings run a lot smoother when I don't have to think about planning in the morning. Not that planning in the morning is hard. It's something that I've been doing for decades at this point, and I do still like to do that. I do like to brain dump a lot of times in the morning, but not taking the time to plan out my day on the morning and instead doing it in the evening before or the afternoon before, it's just letting my morning routine flow a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it's just I'm just lazier in the morning or want to take more time to just read and drink my coffee or do some creative work, and so taking one thing off of my plate has been helping. I expect that I will be up at 5:30 again tomorrow morning. We'll see. If I'm not, it's not a big deal, but I typically do get up by 5:30 every day. Sometimes it's earlier though. Work tasks. I have like there we go. That'll make writing a little bit easier. Work tasks, and then homeschool Lucy. Typically, I do not do a lot with Jack and Emma on Wednesdays because it is our passion project day. But today I only read, I have more economics that I have to do with the kids tomorrow, so I don't think it will take me that long. I only think it's going to take me an hour for each. And then, all right, so my dailies. If you hear my computer working, it's because I'm exporting a video right now and it is very loud when it's exporting. Tomorrow I have to dust fixtures. Actually, that's not true. I think I wrote it twice. That's a Monday task, which I actually already did. Tomorrow is electronic screens. I think that we might, no, okay. How's this going to work? I put going to the coffee shop and the library tomorrow. The library doesn't open until 10:30, I think. So that would mean we would go to the coffee shop at 9:30 to 10:30 to 11. We'll see. All right, still have laundry to do. I'm still catching up from Monday. I didn't do as much today as I probably should have. I have Patreon tomorrow. The video that I'm exporting right now is actually kind of a fun one. Somebody left me a comment, on my first homeschool planning video for 2025-2026 and asking me how I use AI to help plan my homeschool year. And so I did a video and I kind of walked through some of the prompts that I use. And honestly, it's not overcomplicated. I'm not utilizing those super specific prompts that you may see on like Instagram or X or YouTube Reels or Shorts or whatever they're called. It's more just bouncing ideas and like I'm talking to another person and asking more clarifying questions, but I hope it's useful. I'll leave it linked if you're interested because that video is already up. Main Homeschool Network, I need to work on my 13th week again. Also have Homeschool Brainstorm, and I have to run to the bank. I want to do a goals check. I want to walk and read, and I will do those here. So I already wrote this down, but what I might end up doing is homeschooling Lucy early and then homeschooling Jack and Emma later so that in the middle we can go to the coffee shop and the library. Maybe I will do that. Well, if I white it out, it's going to be kind of a mess, but it is what it is. Oh, goodness. Okay. That should work out okay. Dinner tomorrow night, I'm supposed to be making sheet pan pizza. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see. I might give myself an out and do tacos because that's relatively easy. I was supposed to take out chicken at the beginning of the week, but I didn't. Instead, I took out sausage and made soup, and the chicken was going to be part of the sheet pan pizza, so I don't know if I will actually do that tomorrow or not, but I should write down take out chicken so that I have it defrosted for Thursday. In fact, I probably should take it out right after I'm done filming here. I'm really excited about the new planners coming out soon because I really want to start setting some things up, especially since in the fall I thought I was going to be using my Sterling Ink Common Planner for planning this year, and that lasted very, very little time. I think I only used it for a couple of months, and the weekly planning really only lasted about a week. It was just too much setup and flipping back and forth. I know a lot of people really like one planner for everything, and I think that if you can do it, that's awesome, but it doesn't work as well for me. However, a couple of weeks ago from when this video goes live, I got these planners from Mom Agenda, and they are a planner company that I had never heard of before, and this is probably not in the whole frame. This Mom Agenda home office planner, it's 14 months. It goes from July through August, and it has some really interesting features. First of all, it's nice and big. It's about the same, the page sizes are about the same size as my Erin Condren teacher planner. But what I really like is that it has plenty of space here for your week, and then it has a section for kids. Now, they have a mom agenda and a my agenda. The my agenda just removes this kids category. You still have the 4 spaces, but for this particular size, which is, I don't know, 9 by 11, I think is what they call it, I feel like you could definitely plan out your homeschool and your week here if you aren't super detailed with what you need to keep track of. Like if you're just writing like page numbers or lesson, or you have some kind of shorthand that you can use, I think that this would work really well. I like it quite a bit. I don't know if it would be enough space for me. And then this is the 7 by 9 size. They also have an A5 size, but it's essentially the same. It's just bound. And they do have a mom agenda that's this size that has the O-ring coil like this. But I just thought it was a really interesting idea because it does give plenty of space for my normal weekly planning, and then I could still plan out my day. And because technically next year I only have Jack and Lucy, I could use 2 boxes for Jack and 2 for Lucy, so it probably could give me enough space as long as I'm writing small and such. Anyways, okay, so here is Wednesday's plan. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be up in the air. We'll see how this goes, but it might work. It's going to depend on how everybody's feeling tomorrow. It is supposed to be, I think, 56 degrees, so we might want to get out of the house, although we might want to be doing that later in the afternoon when it's actually warm, because it'll probably still be pretty cool here. Okay guys, here is my Wednesday. I will check in a couple of seconds to let you know how everything went. Happy Wednesday, friends. It has been a very good day. I totally forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer. I thought about that this afternoon. I did get most of the things done. I thought that we would go to the coffee shop and library today. It was beautiful out. We did not do that. We ended up doing some extra homeschool stuff, and then we went for a really nice long walk because it was like 56 degrees here. So nice, much needed. Unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be snowing again this weekend, but I'm not going to think about it right now. So I didn't go out and run the errands either. I will probably have to run out tomorrow to get the library books, and I will just skip the coffee shop, even though I would like to go and drop off my bills and such. So it was a good day. I was up at 5:30. I worked on my work tasks this morning. I wrote my next part of the 13th week workshop that I'm working on for my membership community, and we had a really good school day plus lots of walking, and then I spent some time reading and doing some other work stuff this afternoon, some home management stuff, lots of laundry. I think I am caught up now. It was touch and go there for a minute, but we are back on track, although the kids do have laundry that they need to put away, but that's okay. So let's plan out tomorrow. I can't believe that tomorrow is the first day of spring. That is really exciting. It is supposed to be kind of cloudy and gross tomorrow, I think, so that's less exciting, but that's okay. First day of spring, we're on the up. I swear it. So I have my dailies. Tomorrow I need to check in with Patreon, the main homeschool network, and I would like to work a little bit more on the 13th week. We will see. Lucy has an appointment in the afternoon. I think we're gonna have to leave at 2:30, I guess. And I don't think the appointment is going to be too long, but it's like 30 minutes away, 35 minutes away. So I'll put it until 4:30, 2:30 to 4:30. I don't know how long it's going to take. I hate afternoon appointments because inevitably they do not start on time. They always 15, 20, 30 minutes late, and I can't change that, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna suck it up. I need to do spend tracking tomorrow, sort and file paperwork. I do want to do a homeschool brainstorm. I also have one video that I need to film tomorrow morning. Oh, how's this gonna go? My AM routine, work tasks, get ready, breakfast, film. This is for a video that's supposed to come up on Friday. And then edit here, and then homeschool with Lucy. She will start earlier, but I will do my part at 10. Do I have anything with Jack and Emma tomorrow? I do. Homeschool, Jack and Emma until 12:30. Lunch. Will I have time to do a little walk before we leave? I'm going to put it. We'll see if it actually gets done. And then that's all I'm going to put. That's all I'm going to put for tomorrow. Being gone in the afternoon is definitely going to mess up my day a little bit. And I know you wouldn't think that it would be that big of a deal, and probably isn't to most people, but just traveling and getting ready to get out the door, it takes so much time. And I mean, thankfully it's not really snowy or anything out now, so at least we don't have to worry about that. But it would be nice to just get it out of the way first thing in the morning. But I don't plan appointments for the first thing in the morning. Usually like mid-morning is kind of the sweet spot for me now. So tomorrow is supposed to be my co-working live stream with my membership community, but I am doing a pre-recorded co-working session instead so that they still have it, just because I'm going to be gone right during our normal time. And then Lucy, I have no idea what I'm going to do for food tomorrow either. I should go downstairs and take the chicken out this morning, but if I'm being real honest, I will not get chicken in the crock pot for dinner tomorrow, so we might just grab takeout on the way home. I'm not sure. All right, I don't really have anything on the plan for tomorrow besides like sorting and filing paperwork, just mail and stuff and bills. And then my homeschool brainstorm, which I'm still doing. I did post my video today about how to use AI for homeschool planning, and I thought it went pretty well. I went through a whole example of what I do with like questions and stuff and how to kind of refine your questions and such. So I will leave that linked if you're interested. I may have mentioned that yesterday as well, but I think that it is a lot of fun. I'm not going to put anything else on here. I'm going to kind of see how tomorrow goes. I would like to say that I will get a lot more done in the morning, but if I'm filming and editing this video for Friday, I don't know that I'm going to have a ton of time to do much else because I'm leaving. And the afternoon is when I tend to do a lot of goal-related work, a lot of home projects, a lot of like my normal work stuff and goal stuff. I think I already mentioned that, reading, that kind of thing. So here's my plan for Thursday, and I will check in a couple of seconds and let you know how everything went. Hi guys, it is Friday. I did not come back last night to plan out Friday. I think that was similar to the last time I did a week of daily plans. I do like doing my plan the night before, but on Fridays, I don't know, there's just something about it. So yesterday was a good day. It was not as productive. Well, it was productive, but it was just different productivity, I guess. I did my morning routine, normal morning routine, work tasks. I actually worked a little bit later, and so everything was kind of shifted a little bit. Lucy woke up really late. She has been going to sleep really late and then sleeping in. Part of that is because I have 2 teenagers, and so it is very challenging for me to get her in bed earlier than them. And so she ends up going to bed much later, and then I do not like to wake up my kids in the morning, and I know that she has really needed the rest, so I've been letting her sleep in. She is still getting her homeschool done, but she's just starting later, but she is pretty motivated to finish up the year, so that is really good. I did not do my spend tracking. I did not sort and file papers. We ended up doing homeschool a little bit later, then doing lunch, and then I was getting ready to go. And we did not get home from Lucy's appointment until almost 5 o'clock, and then I walked later. So it was a little bit, I don't know. Yesterday, the filming and editing was longer than I expected, which was fine. And the homeschool stuff was a little bit later than I expected, which was fine, but it just meant that I did not have time to do this stuff in here how I thought I would before my walk. So today I will most likely be doing this, or I will do it tomorrow. We're kind of just going to see how it goes today. Today I'm supposed to be doing a lot of cleaning stuff, but it is pouring rain out and I woke up with a headache, so that is not ideal. It is our screen-free day today, and I need to get library books, which I did not get earlier in the week. I also have to go to the bank. I also have to run a couple of other errands, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. The headache kind of just threw me off, but I have been working all morning on content for my 13th week workshop that I'm doing over in my membership community, and that has been going really, really well. I am just about done with all of that, and I am super excited about taking this 13th week for my seasonal refresh, goals reset, all of that kind of stuff. I'm kind of doing 4 theme days for that week, and it is reflect, refresh, renew, and rest. And I'm taking a bunch of things from the 12-week year. I'm taking some things from the power sheets for goal setting and seasonal refreshes. I'm also taking a good bit from the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, as well as The Tech-Wise Family that was written by Andy Crouch. And it's been really interesting to kind of just go through all of this information and set it up in a way that makes sense to me, because I'm pulling from so many different things. It's not just about setting new quarterly goals and writing out action plans. It's also about understanding if my goals need to change. It's understanding that I need to be able to take time to rest and renew myself, reading books, getting off of technology, all of that stuff. This is kind of a new system that I'm trying to implement. I've never done it before. This will be the first time. I usually work in the margins, and that has worked for me over the years, but I have felt the pull to kind of slow down. I've talked about this so much over the past many months, how I just have this desire to slow down, kind of make my world maybe not as big. I know it's a lot of just contemplation, and I mentioned in my membership community that I think that part of the reason that I have been feeling all of these feelings and I'm considering all of these things is because Emma is graduating this year. And so we're kind of entering a different stage in life. Even though she's not going away to college next year, she is transitioning into a new stage of life. And so we as her family are also transitioning into a new stage of life, even though we're still going to be homeschooling Jack and Lucy and everything. Anyways, it's just been, it's been interesting to kind of think about, but I think that a lot of my feelings surrounding the slowing down is because internally I know that she is launching into adulthood, and that is different and scary for me because she's my first baby. So anyways, today I have laundry. I'm supposed to do the bathrooms, and I'm not going to clean the floors because it's raining, and I actually didn't even put it down, I don't think. I have sheets to wash. I do want to just do like a whole house tidy with the kids today. I do have the kids' clothes on the list. I don't know if I will do that. Maybe I will, because we do have a lot of laundry to kind of go through. The kids have laundry to put away. That's what this is, and I just have some rags that I need to fold and put away, like towels and stuff. The kids' clothes and the cubby in the master bedroom, those were the two big projects that I wanted to get done this week, and I haven't done them yet. I don't know if I'm going to do them today, honestly, because I just kind of feel like garbage right now. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do. I have a couple of books that I want to finish too, so maybe I will, I don't know, this is probably going to carry over into the weekend some. It's 10 o'clock right now. Lucy is still in bed. Jack's playing the piano. Emma is doing the dishes. And I've literally been working since 5 o'clock this morning. I mean, I did my morning routine, which was very brief because I haven't even planned yet, but it was just, very quick, and moved right into work tasks. I'm actually still considering taking the summer off, and it's something that I'm going to have to really flesh out and think about, because I know that I've mentioned this before. It's not easy to just take off from content creation or my membership community, and I don't want to take off from my membership community. I think I do want to kind of slow things down a little bit and maybe switch up how we're doing things, because the summer is usually much looser as far as our schedule, and everybody's, enjoying summer, and I also want to enjoy summer. So I might be changing some things around for like a 6-week period of time. But with content creation, if you don't have consistent information going up or consistent posting of information that you've posted in the past, you take a hit. And obviously I don't want that to happen. It definitely happened when I took time off in January because we were all sick, and there was several weeks that I wasn't really doing any content, and that just happens. But I would like to plan ahead so that I can feel good about taking that time off. I don't know if it would necessarily be like a full stop off of screens the way that I want it to be, but if I can move into a direction where I'm taking a little bit of time off, that would be good. We'll see. This is all stuff that I'm going to be focusing on when I'm having this 13th week, and I just need to consider it more and just kind of brainstorm. And I need that dedicated time where I can flesh out those ideas. It's hard when you work in the margins a lot, when you have a lot of plates in the air and you're doing a lot of different things and bouncing to different things. It's really hard to focus enough to plan things out. And so you need larger blocks of time, especially if you have interruptions at all. I read a statistic, I think that maybe it was from Greg McEwen's book, that it takes on average 23 minutes when you have an interruption to get back into whatever deep thinking task you were doing before. And I noticed that a lot, especially like when I'm doing finances and somebody interrupts me, or if I'm in the middle of writing something for my website and then somebody interrupts me, it completely breaks your train of thought. And then to get back into it, it just takes a little bit of time. And that ends up being really inefficient, which is why I try to work so much within time blocks. Okay guys, this is not a planning video. I'm just chatting with you about random stuff at this point. Okay, so I am going to I haven't eaten breakfast yet. That could be contributing to my headache, and get ready for the day. And then hopefully Lucy will be up to do a little bit of homeschool. Like I said, it is our screen-free day. So typically I will like to play a game or something. I don't know what we'll do. I am going to try and get some of this stuff done in this period of time. I do still want to do my walk, and I still want to read for a good chunk of the afternoon. I will put home management here, and I have no idea what I'm going to make for dinner. I was supposed to take chicken out earlier in the week. I never did, and then I just took it out this morning. Will it be defrosted by tonight? Probably not. And even if it is, I really need to put it in the crock pot. I get like those big 5-pound packs of chicken, and if I just cook the chicken and rice, we will eat all of that chicken in like a dinner and a lunch the next day. But if I put it in the crock pot and make like chicken chili and then just regular shredded chicken, I can stretch that 5 pounds of chicken over an entire week for meals. Like if I do like a chicken spaghetti bake, I can do chicken tacos, I can do chicken taco soup, and then we have some leftovers as well. And so it just stretches so much better. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but I might just end up doing that tomorrow. Maybe we'll just get pizza for dinner. I'm not sure. I know that the kids would probably prefer that than me making chicken. I do need to put spend tracking, and I also need to put library. I don't think I'm going to do any of this stuff until tomorrow, to be real honest. I think this stuff is going to be Saturday, and this might be Saturday as well. I will check in at the end of the day and let you know how things went. We don't have too much on Fridays for homeschool, which is nice, and the kids worked really hard this week because we just have a couple of weeks left for the majority of our homeschool, which I know that I've already mentioned multiple times, but it's kind of crazy to me that we're winding down on the year. And I think it's really putting into perspective that Emma is almost done, and I'm not sure I'm ready for it. Well, I know I'm not ready for it, but I know that she is ready for it. So, oh goodness. Okay, so here are my time blocks, and we'll see how today goes. I honestly don't feel all that motivated because of my headache, but I'm going to just hope for the best, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll check in a couple of seconds and let you know how Friday went. Hi guys, it's Friday afternoon. I almost forgot to come in and film this. That wouldn't be the first time. I did get some things done. Dailies, laundry, bathrooms to a certain extent, and we did a whole house tidy. I did not wash the sheets. Lucy didn't get up until 10:30, and then I was getting her breakfast and then getting everybody else lunch, and all of a sudden it was 2 o'clock and I hadn't put the sheets in, and I'm not going to try and do it at 2 o'clock because what will end up happening is that no sheets will be on any bed when we're ready for bed, and I hate that. That is the worst. I didn't do any of this stuff and I ended up instead spending a lot of time brainstorming for my 13th week. And I know it's kind of funny to say that I'm brainstorming for that now, because I'm literally taking an entire week to reflect, refresh, renew, and rest. And so I think when I planned out my day this morning, it kind of inspired me to continue thinking about the 13th week, what I want to do, what I'm planning in my membership community, all kinds of stuff. I do have a whole workshop. At this point, my 13th week is over, and I will have upcoming vlogs kind of going through everything with you guys. But if you're interested in how I started off, how I'm working to implement these theme days, definitely come over and check out my membership community. I will leave that linked in the description box for you. I'm really excited about it. I'm a little nervous because it is our technical last week of homeschool, even though I keep calling it our last week, but we do have a few more weeks after that for my kids to finish up a couple of subjects, not all of the subjects. Most of them will be done at the end of that week, but because we're still going to be homeschooling that week, I'm not going to have unlimited time. It won't be full days of just time off. And then I was also trying to think about my monthly reset day, which is next week, and how I want to kind of use that before my reset week for goals and such, just making sure that I have everything straight. I was thinking about the next couple of months and how many things we have on the calendar. Yeah, so I was doing a lot of brainstorming for stuff for this spring and summer, lots of homeschool planning, things that just aren't even on my list, but sometimes I just have to put my list aside and do the things that I have a lot of energy for. And some of those like homeschool planning things are definitely things that are weighing on my brain right now. So overall, it has been a good day. Not as productive here as I would have hoped, but I do have the weekend and I do expect to most likely be working on some of this stuff this weekend. The other thing that I wanted to do today, and I never wrote it down, was write out my homeschool plan for next week, because I've been trying to kind of adjust that to earlier instead of doing it on Sunday, and instead just doing my weekly planning on Sunday. I kind of run into problems with that though, because the last time that I did the homeschool plan with me early, I hadn't done my weekly plan yet, and I had forgotten that that week was my monthly reset, my monthly cleaning tasks day, and so I planned a full week and had to adjust things on the fly towards the end of the week. Anyways, again, I'm just very chatty, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I am so looking forward to planner launch and new planners coming out soon. Today actually is the day that the Mom Agenda planners are available for everyone to purchase. I do have a discount code for 15% off your order. If you're interested, I will leave that linked in the description box. Again, I'm not sure if I know the date for Erin Condren releases. If I find that out before this video goes live, that will also be in the description box. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.